Yo, what is going on, my dudes and dudettes? And welcome to Roast House Podcast, episode 8. This is episode 8, last episode of January as we roll into February. Hope you guys are having a great evening, day, wherever you are listening. And, we're going to go ahead and just get into it, my peoples. I'm your host, C the Prodigy. Flash will not be here with us this evening, or during this episode, rather. Due to some personal reasons. I'm not sure where Dino is, but hopefully he'll be able to turn up sooner or later within the episode. But we're still gonna hold it down for the people, still gonna hold it down for everybody. But yeah, I'm your host, C the Prodigy, and we have Venge.
Yo, what's good?
And Fez.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, we're going to get into the topics. We have a lot of sports topics to get into. We have a lot of sports topics to get into. And a couple of gaming / YouTube scene type topics. Controversial type topics to get into tonight. But to start off, for those who didn't know, well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this just because of this incident really just shocked the whole world, basically. And more so the whole sports world. But it's more so dealing with the tragedy that happened this past Sunday, dealing with a helicopter crash that infected 9 people, and the main person that people would know is dealing with the basketball legend Kobe Bryant, and also his daughter Gigi Bryant and others. I'm going ahead and list them off. The other people: John Altobelli, his wife Carrie Altobelli, their daughter Alyssa Altobelli. Christina Mouser, Sarah Chester, her daughter Peyton Chester, and then the pilot Aura Zabayan. So it was really a really tragic incident that just shocked everybody. That it is one of those incidents to where it's just like you just stop and just try to let it sink in. And it's been one of those incidents to where it's like really just hard to sink in because it's so tragic all around. But yeah, we're not gonna really look into just like the incident, like per se. Even though I would say I'll send my condolences to the all the people involved and their families. But we're really just gonna look into and really just reflect on the legacy that Kobe Bryant left behind, as far as being a game changer in the NBA and just a culture icon. Period. So who wants to go ahead and take a jab at it, just their thoughts on the overall incident and just Kobe Bryant just being the image that that he left?
Kobe is an incredible player. I mean, one of the things that's undeniably true about him, if you really think about it, think about the people that came before him, like Michael Jordan, right? And then when Kobe Bryant came, got in the scene, and then Kobe Bryant was so dominant in his era of basketball and how everyone was looking at him like, yo, Kobe Bryant's going to be he's not going to be, he is the next Michael Jordan. Somebody's telling me something about my audio is quiet or something. Is that for real?
Good.
Is the audio down?
You should be good.
I'm thinking I'm all right. Maybe someone, Stang, you might want to turn up your audio, bro. Turn up! That might be what's going on right now. But like I was saying before, in terms of Kobe, it was like that was that hype. Like everyone was thinking that Kobe was like the next Michael Jordan, and it created a whole debate thing. And Michael Jordan, you remember Michael Jordan's statement that there'll never be another Michael Jordan, which is true. Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, but in terms of Kobe, he's just rising up in the ranks. If you really want to look at Kobe, he is his own player.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, he's just the new era of that guy. He is that new dominant player that everyone's going to be looking, checking out, and idolizing about. He's just that talented.
Right. For sure.
And one more thing to add too, because this broke my heart. As skilled as he was, I'll never forget that playoff game with where everyone was looking at it as like two greats, right? You have Kobe against the legend Scottie Pippen when Scottie Pippen was with the Trailblazers. And I was really hoping that Scottie would get that ring because, like, everyone was always questioning Scottie Pippen about, well, you know, he was just that guy in Michael Jordan's shadow, right? And will Scottie Pippen be able to get, you know, earn his own championship ring with another team without the presence of Michael Jordan? And it was a crazy game. And wouldn't you know it, Kobe ruined it.
That's freaking Kobe for you, dude.
Hey, but I can piggyback off of that though, because there was a lot of people saying that Kobe couldn't get a ring without Shaq, and he actually did it without Shaq. So there's that. Boom. In your face. And also, Rose has a special feature. Scottie Pippen, no lie, looks like he has the face of a man that looks like he's been through some shit. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, did you see Scottie's reaction after he lost? This man was raging on camera, man. If I remember correctly, he literally knocked some stuff on the floor after that loss.
I think I seen a clip of that somewhere. Yeah.
I wish we had clips on demand for shit like this, so we just pop it up on the screen. Watch this stupid motherfucker fall down, sit there, throw a chair at the wall, and bounce back, hit him in the head.
Right.
I was hurt, man. I'm not even lying, y'all. I was so hurt. I mean, I was kind of mad at Kobe, but at the same time, I can't be mad at him because Kobe burned him. You know, he burned him bad. He got the game-winning shot, bruh. I mean, that's one thing about him. He does not hesitate to pull the trigger when it comes to taking command of his team.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he did
And
a lot.
you said what?
Yeah, he did a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. And kind of picking back off Venge, I remember when I remember really getting into basketball. I know it was one of the sports that I mainly watched this. I was like a kid, but I think when I remember like really getting into basketball was around 2009-2010 season, and I think that was a season to where the finals where it was the Lakers and the Celtics. I think I remember that one vividly, and just seeing how great Kobe was. I think at that point I was kind of like, you know what? Getting tired of this dude whipping up on everybody like this, because he was just that great. And then ever since then, it's kind of like Kobe was like one of those people. It's kind of like, I dislike you just because of how great he is and whipping up on everybody, like all the favorite players that we know and love in the NBA. But at the end of the day, I always had respect for the dude just because on how much work ethic that he put into the game as far as his craft and everything. And he also did that with like also his other stuff too, as far as like stories and visuals that he's done once he retired. He had the same work ethic that he's done into the game of basketball, and making a change for that. He was trying to just basically make that shift once he retired, and just basically trying to do something as far as different within the next chapter of his life. But yeah, that dude he had crazy work ethic, and you just can't knock that. You cannot knock work, you just can't knock his work ethic, because that dude was an animal, literally the mama mentality, for real. But yeah, it's right. It's pun intended. I had to put it in there. But yeah,
you gotta.
But yeah, it's still one of those things. Even towards the end of this week, is just like it's gonna take a while for me to register it, just because it's like I didn't expect for this to happen at all. Like it just hit me in the face, and it's just you can just see how the impact was, especially in the NBA, as far as people the players going through it, and then they end up having to cancel the Lakers game Tuesday with the Clippers for the Lakers. And even tonight with the Lakers playing against the Trailblazers, they done a little memorial and everything for him before.
That was very nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. But and it still kind of hits me too, just because of really just the kids, really, and all the other families involved. Also, it's really still a hard process to go through overall. But Yeah, but yeah, Kobe, like, he really left a good, imprint just on how work ethic should be per se, and whatever you want to accomplish for, he's put that example to to go get it. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave the floor for you, Fast.
Oh yeah, no, Venge can attest to this. He already knows. I mean, we're kind of older, so it's like we grew up before Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? And seeing Shaquille O'Neal coming to the game, and then actually, seeing the Bulls. How many times they've won the championship in a row? Seeing that throughout that, and then Kobe Bryant comes along and just stops that.
Literally.
Hey.
I mean, there was a lot going on back then. But I mean, Kobe Bryant pretty much evolved. I mean, I'm not gonna get into any of the negative stuff because honestly, he grew up from that. That was 15, 20 years ago at least. I don't feel like even touching on shit like that. But he left a big impression on everybody. And to be honest with you, and I know everybody can probably agree with me, it's kind of hard to pick up a basketball game and not sit there and be like, man, not today.
All right.
You know what I mean? There's I have 2 Kobe Bryant games for 64, and they I mean, they're poorly made, but still, man, it's still it's Kobe Bryant's name on a video game. And
Right.
It's like, man, I want to pick up, put it in there, but it's like, man, I'm going to leave these sitting here for a second. Or even playing, I was even thinking this today, yesterday, day before that. I have NBA Street, and I know for a fact that I chose the Lakers and stuff, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's as soon as I pop that on, I'm gonna see Kobe Bryant, and I'm gonna have to end up using him for every game.
Right.
Every game, he was too good for what he'd bring in, and he was actually still good when he left.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Dude dropped
Yes, it was.
freaking 60 points in his
His
last
yeah.
game. Dude went out like a G. Literally went out a
And,
legend.
I know he didn't make an NBA record, but it was a modern day record, I'd say, because of that 81 points.
Mhm.
Nobody.
Yeah, that's massive.
I mean, come on. Will Chamberlain basically just walked over you. He was like the Jolly Green Giant. I mean, his fro dribbled the ball. Come on, man. It was easy for him to get 100 points. Nobody else was good in the damn league.
Right. But yeah, I can really attest to just basically just saying how Kobe was if I think about it, literally Kobe was like my Michael Jordan in my generation, because I don't remember even I think by the time I was born and all that, growing up, I didn't see Kobe Michael Jordan play. So,
Right.
my Kobe was the real the Michael Jordan of my generation. And now that you think about it, this dude was really, I don't know, he really left an imprint on everybody, because whether you liked him or not, especially dealing with my generation, I don't know if you know about it, but I know my generation, we would often get a piece of paper, crumble it up, and go shooting a trash can and name, just yell Kobe and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Whether you like them or not, you'll end up doing that type of thing. But it just shows you just the small things, this stuff like that, just leave a good, or just a good big imprint and impact towards people. But
Exactly.
yeah.
And to piggyback off of what you're saying about that imprint, just look at the overall reaction. I
Mhm.
mean, they even got a camera shot of LeBron, and you could tell he was hit pretty hard. This man was
Dude.
literally walking off by his lonesome. You know what I mean? It's just huge.
Yeah, it was.
The reaction,
Mhm.
the videos, the tweets of positivity in terms of how they responded and the things that they said, the art that you've seen. I mean, even at my job, there was tributes to him and discussions about the legend known as Kobe Bryant. He's a phenomenon. They'll never be forgotten. And I mean, anybody that takes that lightly, hey, something wrong with them. you know. And
Right.
like I said, whether you like it or not, he deserves his spot. I mean, like, what was really, I would say the thing that was depressing about the most depressing thing to take out of this was just the fact that this man, all of his life was basketball. And I remember you saying this, CD. Like, he's 41,
Yeah.
a
Too
couple
young.
years older than I am.
Too freaking young, dog.
And all his life was basketball. And now that life is over, and basically he was about to enjoy a normal life, or at least as normal as it could be for a former NBA player. He didn't get a chance to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he didn't even get put in the Hall of Fame. You know?
Yeah, but while he was
That's
still
one
here,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, while he's still here, I mean, like, it probably means like a little bit more whenever, you know, after someone passes. But while somebody like that, a public figure like that, a basketball player with that of talent, you know, like that, yeah, he should have been alive for his own induction, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just like, you know, they send the guy from Canton, you know, in football straight up to each person and be like, hey, you are, you know, welcome home to Canton, you know, for the Football Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know, that type of thing. He should be getting an invitation, you know?
Mm-hmm. And not only that too, what really sucks was that, like, he wasn't able to really, more so, he wasn't really able to, like, really live his life outside, you know, of the NBA, as far as, you know, going to the next phase of his life and doing whatever else he was doing. Because I know at one point he was doing all these movies and stuff, and he won, I think, either Oscar or Grammy, or probably even both, off his movies and like stories and stuff he was doing. But also, he hadn't really got the opportunity to, like, just pass that knowledge and, you know, that work ethic and stuff to his kids. Because I know his 13-year-old Gigi Bryant that was with them during the crash and unfortunately gained her wings also. She was, you know, looked like she was going to be the real deal as far as, like, the next, you know, person to go up with Bryant as far as, you know, going to the WNBA.
She was WNBA. Yeah, she was definitely WNBA material.
Right.
Come on, if you're Kobe Bryant's kid and you literally won a lot and you've accomplished all this, of course you're passing on knowledge. Yeah. I'll definitely invest in your damn seed, my guy. Especially when you're the one teaching her.
Exactly.
But you want to know the funny thing about that? You know, everyone always expects, a huge NBA star that their kids is going to be that person to continue the legacy, but that doesn't always happen. You look at Michael Jordan's kids, right? You don't hear a lot about them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe you may hear something here and there, but it's nowhere near the level of some other people are.
Right. That's true. But yeah, it's just really unfortunate, dude. Just not really being able to, like, pass that knowledge over and, you know, try to bring his kids up, who those who want to pursue the game of basketball or with any sport, period. And just also just being a father in general. I know I just know it's tough for that family, honestly, and all the other families too that's involved. I know it's a really tough situation in the overall spectrum. But just also looking at it from the NBA standpoint too, it just really shows you how impactful the guy was, because you have some people that had either number 8 or 24 on different teams throughout the NBA, and they're just informally, like, changing their number in respect of Kobe Bryant. And there are a lot of petitions going around basically saying they want the logo to be changed from Jay West to Kobe Bryant. It just shows you how impactful the guy was to a lot of people, for sure.
Right.
But
yeah, that's pretty huge.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Does anybody have anything else to say or want to add to Kobe Bryant and his legacy? Oops.
I pretty much said as much as I could.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows it. I mean, if anybody knew Kobe Bryant or knew of where he started from, like, high school before that, and you know, to now, all right, you would pretty much understand his life it literally just started. So it's like all good times were for us, and he was literally about to, you know, do his own thing in life, man. 41 years old, man. I couldn't even, man.
And it's crazy because my mom was thinking about it too, because she just turned 42. She was just like, dang, he's just as old as I was. And before we get off this topic, just for a real moment for a second, just think that, you know, don't take life for granted, basically, because you just never know, you know, when things will happen or the people, you know, that you know will be gone the next day. Every day isn't guaranteed, so make the best of it, whatever you want to do.
Yep, real talk.
Yeah, I'm keeping my ass in the house. I ain't
board up the windows.
Yeah, I'm making sure I don't see the light of day one of these days when I look out the window.
Especially with this coronavirus. I'm good. Nah, I'm good.
I'm staying inside.
Get the mask, bro.
I ain't getting no mask. I'm getting a bubble. I'm gonna be walking around in a bubble. I'm gonna be looking like Bubble Boy.
Heck nah.
I'm gonna be like, yo, guys, man, yo, roll me to the store, bro. Roll me to the store. My legs hurt, man. Roll me to the store.
Oh my gosh. Like a freaking hamster.
Hell yeah. I could probably try to take a nap in there while you rolling me down the damn street, man. Let's go.
I'm done.
5-time NBA champion, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, NBA Most Valuable Player in 2008, 18-time NBA All-Star, 4-time All-Star Game MVP, 11-time All-NBA First Team, 2-time All-NBA Second Team. There's many more accolades that deal with Kobe Bryant, and he had his numbers 8 and 24 retired by the Lakers. By the way, for those who don't know, he stayed with the Lakers his whole career, which is 20 years. So, but yeah,
that's pretty epic when they do that.
That is just a snapshot of the legacy of Kobe Bryant. And
indeed.
But yeah, getting into the next topic, getting into another sports topic for those who don't know, Super Bowl 54 is right around the corner this Sunday. And we have the teams going up are my 49ers, San Francisco 49ers, and we have the Kansas City Chiefs. And tonight we're going to this episode, getting everything mixed up because post-production, and we're on stream right now. But anyways, we're going to get into our preview of the Super Bowl and our predictions of what we think how the game is going to play out, just by how the teams have performed over the season. So I'm gonna give one of you guys the floor if anybody else wants to start.
All right, I'll kick this off. All right, let me get my best sports voice in here. Well, no. But my prediction, I'm going to have to give it. I feel like the 49ers, based off their performance against Green Bay, I feel like they're gonna be the ones to take this thing because so far, if you look at the record, that Green Bay game, they held Green Bay zero. It was either 0 or 3 points. I think it was literally 0 the entire first half.
Yeah, the first half, they had no points at all. They shut them out the first half.
That's real. That's dominant. I mean, obviously, Green Bay is going to really dig in deep the second half because they don't want to go out like chumps. But for them to hold them down for that long, that's really impressive. I mean, there's not much I could say. And then their offense is pretty high-powered, too. Once they get going, it's hard to stop them. It really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I can tell you that firsthand. Yeah, for sure. But dude, that freaking I'm like going back to the first game of when we played the Packers and how much we blew them out. I think that score was like 37-8, and I was just like, okay, going into the playoffs, I'm not gonna get big headed here and gonna be like, oh, we're gonna blow them out again. Or, just give them like the same type of score that we did in the regular season. Because, anything can happen in the postseason. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to stay humble for a little bit. Even though everybody's been doubting us all freaking season. Gonna stay humble a little bit and see how this plays out. And Dude, I was so freaking hyped that night. Just seeing, oh my lord, I don't know, but that was a dominant performance from the 49ers that night. But
yeah, Raheem, bro. Raheem went in. They
And
had no answer.
and I'm gonna get into a little bit too. I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit of that. But yeah, for those just for my prediction, you already know. So you seen that I have a freaking Jimmy G icon for those that can see it through in the video or on stream. You have the Jimmy G icon, so you already know I'm going for the 49ers. And I can predict, as far as my prediction for the score, I honestly can predict the score 27-24. I feel like this game is going to be pretty close. Just because, even though we do have the upper hand as far as our defense is freaking nasty. I think we have like 4 first rounders on our starting lineup. And I don't know, our freaking defensive line is nasty, dude. Oh my gosh, I can't. That's one of the biggest things that we need. Defense wins games. That's almost like my motto. But we have a good defense, really good offense. We have a good tight end in George Kittle. Have good, interchangeable running backs in Mostert, Coleman, Breida, all that good stuff. Jimmy G is a pretty good quarterback too. He's a pretty good quarterback that works in the system. The main person that doesn't really get a lot of credit, I feel like he should get more of. Also, we do have a good star rookie in Deebo Samuel. He's really good. Emmanuel Sanders, we got a good pickup from him during the trade deadline. And but yeah, I think the people that the person doesn't really get enough credit is Kyle Shanahan in his play calling, because his play calling really does a lot. It does work a lot of wonders in making all these different plays and stuff to keep really people guessing on their toes and stuff like that when it comes to the play calling in the game. And if you don't know, he is the son of Mike Shanahan, who is also a coach in NFL, and he's a pretty spectacular coach also. But yeah, and knowing prior to the head coaching job in for the San Francisco 49ers, prior to that, Kyle Shanahan was a offensive coordinator for the Falcons, and then that one year they went to the Super Bowl. So he definitely knows what he's doing. He definitely knows what he's doing, and I'm pretty sure he's taken those mistakes from that Super Bowl run against the Patriots and kind of intermingled it into this run and seeing what he can do. And had to basically just learning from his mistakes and moving forward with that. But yeah, he's really done really good all season. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit. But I really feel like this game is going to be really close, just for the simple fact that you can't really count out Patrick Mahomes. This dude is a freaking beast. Like, this dude is so freaking good. He has a great arm. You can't really count him out. He has some really good receivers too. But I feel like
good energy.
Yeah, he really does bring energy, and whenever they need that boost or that momentum, is really proven. Like in this playoffs, like they've been down between the Texans, and they were down against the Titans at one point. And whenever they needed like that momentum starter, he was the main one to give them that momentum starter. And then that's when they kept it ever since then, and they've been spectacular. But I feel like the difference. I feel like our defensive line is gonna be like really good. I feel like we've been performing really good all season, and I don't see why they wouldn't, try to limit Patrick Mahomes or, just the receivers or whatnot on offensive line. And along with trying to stop the offensive line for the Chiefs, we just need to make sure that we, what's the word? We just need to make sure that we convert on offensive line also, and not really giving the defense what they want is not many points on the board. But I feel like it's gonna be a really good game. I feel like it's gonna be a really close, hard grit game. And I feel like with our defense and Kyle Shanahan's play calling, that's gonna take us over the edge. And I'm gonna go ahead and let Faz get into it before I have something else to say too, as far as the critics out there. In the NFL, the NFL experts.
Oh no, I ain't worried about NFL critics, but hey, I'm about to be I'm about to be that guy that says the fucking Chiefs are gonna win. All right.
Hey, you gotta have some change in here. Hey, I feel it.
All right. The only reason is just based off of all these like different like statistics. All right, this is just going off of fucking ESPN. Okay, like I'm like on this shit, right? And their victory is 64.8% of its simulations by an average of 5 points. All right. By an average of 5 points, and they did this a few times. All right. And it said that has like 108 experts weighed in. The Chiefs were favored by 68, which is 63% of them. All right. And the 49ers only got 40 votes.
Jeez.
All right. But the thing is, like, I'm only going by that because of like from what I've been seeing, like the Chiefs have a dynamic defense. All right. And you have to get past that defense. Like, I don't care how good your offense is. If they have a strong defense, your offense don't mean shit.
Yeah, of course.
Know? So, I mean, like, yeah, the stats, kind of like, they're almost like the same.
So so are you saying, Fez, don't underestimate the walrus, Andy Reid?
Big Red.
Because that man thirsty. You know Reed is thirsty for the Super Bowl, man. After losing to the Patriots, man, he wants.
You already know I got like the devil on both sides. All right. One of them saying I want the Chiefs to win. The other one is saying, man, fuck the Chiefs, man. They don't deserve to have any damn things. All right, like I ain't even saying nothing bad about the Niners because I know the Niners. It's been a while, man. They need something.
Look, it's not been too long. The last time we've been to Super Bowl was 2012 versus the Chiefs. They've been without a Super Bowl, at least a Super Bowl berth, within 50 years or so. It's been that long. So it's not that much of a drought for the 49ers, but I'm pretty sure the Chiefs are really itching for this one a lot more because it's been that much of a drought.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because like, when was the last time you actually heard that, like, Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Not very often.
Well, if you can find that real quick, because I'm trying to, like, I really am thinking that there was like a major profile person that was quarterback back then that actually did give a shit about the game, you know. I'm trying to find that,
but yeah, going back to the as far as the I think you brought up the stats within the differential between, favorable wins between the Chiefs and the 49ers, and saying that the Chiefs had about roughly 65% basically, or 60%, and I feel like the main reason why the differential is so big and giving more favoritism to the Chiefs is because they really are focusing more on a quarterback, because they know how elite Patrick Mahomes is. And in today's age, they're really, what I've seen all season, they're really trying to like push towards the trend of like a quarterback era per se. Because for a good while, or back then, they were like really more focused on like whoever's catching the ball, dealing with like the tight end or the wide receivers and stuff. But I can definitely see the dynamic within the NFL, and basically just seeing, people like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. He was doing pretty good this season too, MVP season. But yeah, they've switched the dynamic and try to switch over the dynamic over to more so the quarterback era, and try to like really put a lot of focus on the quarterback. And they see how this is Jimmy G's first full NFL season as a starter, and he's good. I will give him like Jimmy G is good, but he's not spectacular or like really great as like all these quarterbacks are. But he doesn't really need to be that great, but it's because of the system that Kyle Shanahan has set up. And I think people really overlook that as far as just the system, with Kyle Shanahan running the football. Look, there's like kind of going back to the Packers game and that, because Jimmy G had about 8 total passes and like 6 completions, and people in the media were kind of like, oh, why did Jimmy G have this many passes, or like basically just not giving enough credit. But it's like, if you can run the ball successfully, why would you try to pass the ball in the first place? It's kind of like, don't break what you like. If you can't, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say as far as the analogy. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
And I don't know. I feel like they've always tried to like out Jimmy G. I don't know why. Especially Stephen A. That dude. That dude been shafting on freaking Jimmy G all season. But yeah, it's just kind of like, I feel like they really give more favoritism to that because how elite Patrick Mahomes is. And I'm not gonna give, I'm not gonna sway away and discredit Patrick Mahomes because he's really that good. That dude is a beast. But as far as an overall system and as an overall team, the 49ers have the edge just for the pieces that they have on offense and defense.
Right. Because Mahomes, as dominant as he is, see, the thing is, he's powerful all around. I mean, the fact that he can not only throw the ball, but then he's also very mobile too. And he brings a lot of energy to the table when it comes to the Chiefs. It's like, if I would tell you one thing right now after seeing that KC game, if Patrick Mahomes did not bring the energy that he brought to that team on that game, they clearly would have lost that.
He's a starter for that. Yeah, he needs to be the energy bringer for the team because if not, that's a done deal. Right.
So it's going to be a defensive game. Whose defense is going to crack first? I feel like it's going to be one of those kind of games right there.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I mean, just by looking at the statistics, basically, I feel like it might be the Chiefs that just crack first just because our defense is second in the NFL, and we've been like doing really good. We have who do they have on the defensive end? We have Sherman, cornerback. We have defensive end in Bosa, D Ford, Qual Alexander. I think Tart is on defense. Yeah, Tart's on defensive. We just have many pieces. We just have many pieces on defensive end that that'll back stuff up. But,
yeah, kind of like how down.
Right.
You want to hear your stats for the Chiefs?
Go ahead.
All right. Well, the last time they were actually in the Super Bowl, was the last time they won it, which was January 11th, 1970.
Ooh, 1970. Ooh, so that is about. Hold up.
Boy.
And it's 2020.
It's too real.
No, I'm gonna give you some stats here because they're they have AFL championships. Basically, they won in Super Bowl 4. All right, but they won in 62, 66, and the 69 season. So that championship game, they went against the Minnesota Vikings and beat them, and that they haven't been back to the Super Bowl since. So 50 years, we're watching history here. You feel me? 50 years ago is the last time they won. That is Super Bowl 4.
Ooh, that's crazy.
This Super Bowl gonna be bloody red, man. For real, red all over, boy.
No, they're gonna be just like Boston of like football. That's what they're gonna turn into, is the Boston of football. Or actually, now they're gonna become the Astros of football. Ha ha.
We're gonna get to that in a second, but I'm gonna address something real quick. I see in the chat, basically saying how Seahawks fans are upset about Richard Sherman, the cornerback for 49ers, saying how upset, basically how they're just upset that he went to the rival team. Because for those who don't know, 49ers and the Seahawks are rivals within the division. And to be quite honest, I'm going to debug this a little bit because I've actually learned this stuff over the course of the past couple months.
Okay.
Honestly, here's where it starts at. It starts where Richard Sherman was still in college playing football at Stanford, and our then coach, Jim Harbaugh, he was coaching with not coaching, he was the coach of Stanford too. So they were on the same team and whatnot. And when it came to the NFL draft, basically, Jim Harbaugh really didn't give. He basically kind of like two-faced Sherman and all that. And so he basically didn't give him the credit and all that, as far as like, basically because basically just not giving him the credit that he needed or deserved being a prospect. into the NFL, and so basically they had like a basically just left a shoulder, like a cold shoulder, a bad taste in his mouth with Sherman, and so basically he held that grudge from Jim Harbaugh ever since then. It just got to the point to where Seattle drafted Sherman, and Jim Harbaugh became the coach for the 49ers, and that's where you really see kind of like that bad blood started. But Richard Sherman basically said if he was gonna be or if the 49ers end up drafting and whatnot, even if Jim Harbaugh was the coach, he probably wouldn't have been there just because of the bad blood that Jim Harbaugh and Richard Sherman had, just because of that stuff happening. But that's why he really got like a bad reputation in the beginning, just the antics that he done, and just the bad blood, and seeing that display between those games between the 49ers and the Seahawks. But once his contract went up and with the Seattle Seahawks, and they weren't trying to match him, they weren't trying to give him enough money, so it's kind of like, you know what, I'm basically gonna go back home, because he's basically from the California area, and so he basically just saw the opportunity to come to San Francisco, and basically that's where history is made from that point. But yeah, I didn't realize like the bad blood between. I thought he was just acting out to be acting out. No, it was basically just the bad blood between Jim Harbaugh and the actions that he done toward Richard Sherman prior to the NFL, knowing that he coached them and all that, and basically just disregarded them and whatnot, and he basically just held it on from since then. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and address that, because I know some people might not know, because I didn't know until I done my research and all that, but it was a nice little fact. But what do you guys' score for this game? I don't think I've heard you guys' score for the game or your predictions.
Yeah, I want to hear Vengeance, because it's probably going to be like some random ass number.
How dare you?
You're going to be like, oh, it'll be 47-25.
Oh, heck no, man. There's no way. I better not get a daggone Super Bowl game where it's gonna be a blowout victory.
That's not gonna be fun.
Watching Super Bowl games that are just straight blowout.
Hey, I got blessed with the Denver versus Carolina. I got
either.
At least I would say, if I was since I'm going for the Niners here, I feel like it could be one of those. I feel like this game might be a low-scoring game. I would say maybe. Ooh, I don't know what to call this. Maybe like 27-23. I freaking have no idea how.
You're at 27-23.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm thinking 30-27 Chiefs, just because, yeah, that sounds like a good number right there.
Yeah, right. Like, I definitely do not see a blowout from any team, like, at all. I don't expect it for the 49ers. It would be nice, but I don't expect it. Nor do I expect a blowout from the Chiefs. It's because they're both really good teams. So I'm not expecting a blowout. It would suck. It would suck experience a blowout in the Super Bowl. Either that or like last year with the Rams and the Patriots, where that game went by slow as heck with their defense. And they didn't pick up to like the fourth quarter. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, I'm just saying, since you're like a heavy duty like Niners fan, what would you do if they got blown out by a team that hasn't been in the Super Bowl for 50 years? What would you do to all of your memorabilia for San Francisco?
I mean, I'm keeping it, of course. I've literally been a fan since I've been born. I've been born into this tradition, basically. But I mean, look, it's two great teams, so I can't really. I'll be sad, of course, but we still have kind of like some room to build up on in the future.
Would you cry though?
Probably. I'll be pissed because when we went to the Super Bowl back in 2012 with the Blackout Bowl with the two Harbaugh brothers, and we were starting off really trash. Then the blackout went out. Then we picked up the pace, and then we had that one pass That one pass that should have been pass interference that probably would have got us to the promised land, and that didn't go through. I was pissed. I was upset that night. But
you want to know how petty I am? Oh,
you go ahead.
First.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give y'all the reason why I'm going with the 49ers anyway. Petty shit.
I'm ready for this.
And the main reason why I'm siding with the 49ers is because they beat the shit out of Green Bay. I'm sorry I said it like that, but they beat the shit out of Green Bay, and they did a hell of a job doing that. That made me feel good.
Oh yeah.
That made me feel
No, I was on the real. Like, I was about to ask you which Madden, but thank you for explaining. Which Madden, man? Which Madden was it? Damn it. Personal reason. This is personal. We all know this goes back to video games. We don't play something.
Oh no, it's not video games, bro. This is freaking a Bears fan, bro. And if the Bears aren't going, Green Bay ain't going. That's how petty it is.
Yeah. I don't blame you on that one. I do not blame you. But yeah, this game is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one because you don't know how it's gonna turn out because the teams are both that good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready for
I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm pumped for that.
And then no Patriots in the Super Bowl this time. Just some teams that need some shine, my dude. That's why this is exciting.
Hey, search wins NFL teams all time, and the Bears are tied with Green Bay for that win percentage. So you want to know something? Y'all sharing the same bar, so
no. No, Green Bay, drop the soap, please. Next year, drop the soap, Green Bay.
I mean, you might have some more wins, but the stats do not lie, and I am the stat king. If you do not understand what the stat king does, he goes and looks for the stats, the most masterful stats. If you don't understand the stats, then I will Google and paste them to you.
Oh no!
There you go.
As long just full DM the freaking stats.
Yeah, there's the stats. You share. Yep, that's.
That hurts.
Sharing the same butthole.
No.
Wiping with the same.
Oh yeah, basically did the percentage. Yeah.
Go Dallas Cowboys.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how the Dallas Cowboys are any better. I mean, it went down because of Romo, but who cares?
You know what? You know what kind of grinds my gears a bit? I keep getting tired of hearing that the Dallas Cowboys are the America's football team, basically. And every time they play a game, it's like most America's watch game of the week. It's like nobody cares about the Cowboys. I sure don't.
Cowboys
they weren't there long enough. They got like 450 games out from like actually having a record compared to these people. It's just like I just don't understand. How do you get that many draws though? How do you do that?
I don't know.
How's it 40 draws for the Bears and 38 for the Green Bay Packers? What were they doing? Going against themselves?
I don't know, man. That is weird, man. They probably beat the shit out of each other and had to cancel the game like so many times.
Yeah.
That might be what went down in the DM.
Yeah, that's probably some riots, maybe shortage of seating, you know. It's probably like all muddy and shit. You know, mud got in the leather, you know. Probably somebody's ass crack got mud in and they thought they shit, so they had to, you know, postpone the game and it never went back on.
Right. But yeah, honestly, I didn't expect I expected a 49ers Ravens matchup in the Super Bowl. I thought it would have been nice. That would have been freaking lit, especially how close that game was in the regular season. But they got pushed out by the Tennessee Titans, which still kind of shocked me. I did not expect that.
Of all people.
But there was a lot of people calling for the 49ers and Chiefs game, honestly, as far as that matchup. I was surprised. But,
I guess they just wanted to bleed, man. They want team blood. Both teams got red, boy.
Yep.
They're going to paint the town red Sunday night.
This is going to be lit. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. I've been waiting for this all freaking week. Actually for the past 2 weeks. I've been waiting for this long.
I'm going to work though afterwards. I'm gonna try to go to work.
Hey,
Most
check
definitely.
the Bengals got that first round draft pick next year.
They sure do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
they always.
First 28 picks locked all 3 Dolphins first round selections.
I-
Bombed
they-
them.
As long as they do better than the Bears don't know what to do with a good pick when they get one, man.
I mean,
It's
they
like-
can. Yeah, I think that the Bengals can get as many good picks as they want, though. But I feel like they're still gonna struggle, probably because it's gonna start with the owner for sure, especially when it gets
It's
to stuff like
always the
that.
owner.
Yeah, when it's like this bad and then you have this much talent, it gotta start with the owner. So you gotta like
Yeah.
rebuild. It's kind of like that with the Knicks now. It's terrible.
Yeah, that poor Knicks, man. Poor Knicks.
It's terrible. But yeah, Super Bowl Sunday, Super Bowl 54 is this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when it starts. And you definitely know I'll be tuning in. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be tweeting about it. Either that or I'll be really zoomed into the game. But it is this Sunday. And going to our next topic, Fez want to get into this one. Dealing with a little
Since
bit
we're
of...
on like the sports criteria, all right, I do want to say and just say that word for me, CD.
January?
Genuinely.
Oh, genuinely. There you go. Genuinely. There you go.
Generally.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Alright.
Generally.
Sports in general, okay, and I said this earlier, all right, but I'll say it publicly now. All right, sports haven't been fun for a while, all right, and it's because like this world right here likes the entertainment out of it, and it's like unless a scandal happens, that's when people pay attention to this shit. And I think it, like, I mean, baseball used to be so great, and now it's like looking even worse because of the subject that we're about to get on to right now, which is the Houston Astros cheating, all right, back in 2017 in the fucking World Series, all right? And the reason why we're talking about something that happened 3 years ago almost, all right, is because the fact of the matter, their penalties literally just came within the last couple of weeks, all right? And as a part of the penalties, all right, they forfeit their first and second round draft picks, all right, for 2020 and 2021's MLB season. Okay, they literally they're getting the fucking end of the toilet paper, all right, roll right there, all right. They're straight up not getting shit, all right. They also were fined $5 million, okay.
Whew.
All right, and after their first pick, after the first round, will be number 72. That'll be the first.
Ooh.
All right, yeah. So they have to wait for 72 people just to be like, oh man, who do I want now to be coming to the Astros? And I bet you anything, whoever they pick is gonna be like, I ain't going there.
Oh,
Fucking. But if anybody, I'll bring everybody up to speed with the what happened. But basically, back in the World Series in 2017, they were actually on camera, on tape. All right, motioning gestures that they knew the signs that were coming. All right, they were basically watching like TV in the dugout to read the signs, and they exploited that and use that to their advantage. And I mean, it's very ingenious, but that's fucking cheating. Okay. I mean, reading signs is one thing, like just being like when I used to play baseball, all right, if someone was gonna like throw a bunt or whatever, you knew the batter was gonna bunt. Like I was the pitcher, so I would like stare at the third base coach,
right,
and I would see what he would do. All right, which I'm perfectly allowed to do it, and I'm allowed to do that. But the thing is, you can't tape signs.
Oh, okay. That's what I didn't know, because I don't watch much baseball. Okay, that makes a lot of sense though.
They were taping and basically researching the signs, so anytime that particular pitcher came up, they knew what he was going to throw based off of his body language.
Wow, they pulled a Belichick.
Damn.
I'm done.
Yeah,
They pulled a Belichick.
But check this out, and I think this is like it's harsh, okay, and I'll explain it to everybody, kind of just like in layman's terms. But the general manager Jeff Luhnow and manager AJ Hinch, all right, which he used to play baseball, all right, AJ Hinch, all right, were suspended without pay for the 2020 season, all right, which is basically they're suspended for the whole year without getting paid, all right, and then they are going to be released the day after the World Series. So imagine having to sit at home and not get paid, and then you can't find a job legally until the end of the World Series.
That's, oh my Lord.
That's kind of.
You don't get paid for the whole year, so they're basically living off whatever they have, and they can't even find a job because they're still under contract. You know?
That's the worst tournament, but hey,
That's
you put yourself in that
lockdown.
situation. So
Yeah, I mean,
They cheated.
But the thing is, because of that, all right, like it's kind of like really put this damper and dark umbrella like under Major League Baseball,
yeah.
where people are like I mean, to be honest with you, you're gonna be more deterred to want to become a baseball player now because someone's stealing your signs so they can get a one up on you.
Mhm.
But like when I like I said, when I used to play, if I looked at the third base coach and I seen him, you know, hold his belt or whatever, I knew I knew the guy was bunting. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, but the thing is, I didn't just like that's the other team's fault. But the thing is, if you're taping it and you're just like making it common knowledge, like, oh yeah, this is, you know, if you're literally observing people's aneurysms and like how they act and all that, especially on a baseball field, and this is a competition sport, like you're trying to cheat. Like it's, I mean, you can't like I mean, you can cheat in a lot of sports and pretty much every damn sport, but geez, man, like baseball, like ever since like the steroid gate and like Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and shit like that, like this bring the steroid thing like to like all new high here, you know, because cheating in baseball like that, like blatant cheating, you know, juicing yourself up, I mean, is one thing. I mean, like, to be honest with you, if you have no damn skill, then juicing yourself up don't mean shit. So,
It's not, no.
but this right here is basically like, oh, you just like, you don't have to have skill to know what's going on here. All you have to do is just listen to what's in front of you and see what's in front of you, and then you make your judgment calls, and then you let your skill make up that. But they won the World Series. Good for them. Well, they pay penalties, and now, to be honest with you, I mean, if they asked me to work for them as a janitor, I'd probably decline.
Yeah, it's a bad look overall. And I think it wasn't at 1.2. Sorry, wasn't it 1.2? They were that the league were looking at the Red Sox, or not Red, yeah, Red Sox too.
Yeah,
wasn't it Red Sox?
Yes, the Red Sox as well because of that. I actually seen that on here. Dang man, it actually had. Yeah, there it is. State's former bench coach, Alex Cora, who was manager of the Red Sox, was involved in setting it up. Cora was not disciplined as part of the investigation, but he could face it because he was on the team at the time of this happening. But he's coaching for the Red Sox. Alex Cora used to play baseball as well, so I'll tell you this now: there's it's convoluted shit, but like it's really it's kind of like Illuminati inner sanctum, like inner circle type shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This type of shit that we're talking about, because it's like only a select few knew what was going on, you know?
Right.
But at the same time, it's kind of a disrespect to the teams too, because it's like you don't believe in your team. You don't believe that they're going to get the job done, so you're just going to go ahead and cheat.
Yeah, that is true.
You know, like,
I mean, it's disrespectful to the game of baseball, to be honest with you.
Literally, yeah.
I mean, like, I could see, like, you know, Tom Brady doing that shit with the football. Okay, yeah, you're altering the playing field doing that. Okay, yeah, I understand. All right. But baseball, when you're sitting here stealing signs like that and you're basically just using it just for your own selfish ploy, you know, and you're going over it in your head, and you got your players basically sitting in team meetings looking at all these different traits in these pictures that they can see, and it's like, come on, man, like, you're not teaching these guys baseball. Because when I start, like I said, I'm gonna say it again, when I played baseball, okay, when you go against somebody you never went against, because I was on an all-star team, I would go against people that I would step up to bat against somebody I'd never seen before. You would always ask the person that went up before you, or a couple of batters before you, or whoever went up against them before you, how they pitch and where do they pitch. That's how you're supposed to play baseball, not, and then when you step in there to take that first cut, you're trying to, you already know, see what's going on here. What's he throwing at me? Mm-hmm. So I can see what I can hit. So that's why you see most people, take the the first pitches, because they're trying to get that timing down, because they want to smash that damn ball. Yeah, and baseball isn't the way it used to be, man.
And especially since when you look at sports now, like every other sport, like especially basketball and football, is literally overtaking it. It's like
it's coming up too.
Point where, that too. It's like, and then you even look at it. Who do they talk about the most when in terms of social media? You don't hear much about baseball players, and what they're doing. Is always all the other guys, even UFC. Like baseball is literally dying out. Like in the past, when like baseball was even considered to be a quote unquote American sport.
Biggest favorite pastime.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah. That and freaking NASCAR racing is dying down, in my opinion. I don't hear a word about NASCAR racing, like, at all. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't hear a peep.
I'm one of those people that's been watching NASCAR, since I was a kid. So I can weigh in on NASCAR pretty heavily if you like.
Nah, I was just trying to put that out there as far as like one of the things I don't really hear much about nowadays between that and baseball.
What killed NASCAR was, to be honest with you, not like everyone wants to say because of Dale Earnhardt. All right, Diane. All right, that's only partially true. All right, partially. All right, but what really killed NASCAR was the change of rules, the change of inspections. I basically want to compare 15 years ago basically to now. Like, they got that stupid foam bullshit in the side of each car, right? Mm-hmm. Now, okay? And that shit gets hot and it sets on fire, okay? And they use that, I guess, as an insulator just in case you get into a crash. But the thing is, what it's doing is like it's fucking up the playing field, because there's people that have to get out of the race because their car's on fucking fire.
Right.
It's like they're putting too much precaution into today's racing, and they're literally taking NASCAR away from the driver. They're taking the racing away from the driver because of all the shit they're putting in there.
Interesting.
Like, honestly, like, I don't know if you know, like, if you watch any of the restrictor plate track races, all right, if you look at anything going from like 1995 to like 2004 or 2005 to maybe like 2006 or whatever, mm-hmm. You'll see how different it is compared to what you see now and what you've seen in between them trying to like experiment, with new like aerodynamics and wings and stuff like that. And it kind of killed the sport for a little bit, because when you get behind another car and you push them around the track, you're faster than a group of cars. So they basically, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they basically been trying to find out what's been trying to work best for NASCAR, and they really just don't know what's working best. Like, they need to go back to the way it was in the early 2000s, when it was close racing and it wasn't as, like, like a level playing field.
Makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, that's only on the real, like, see, the only reason I'm even swaying about the NASCAR situation is because I was a track rat whenever I grew up and shit. My dad worked at a racetrack, so I was there every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon type deal. So it's like, man, NASCAR has changed, because I used to do that shit. I used to race fucking like go-karts and all that extra stupid shit. Shit's changed, man.
Yep. But yeah, to close out this Astros topic, that's why they really put out a freaking Belichick. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Right? They did too much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after all this, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit different.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's gonna change. It's changed the dynamic with that. But let's move on. We're gonna finally get our sports topics done and out the way. Move that on, and we're gonna talk about a little bit of this Final Fantasy VII trailer that popped out. I think it was today, I believe. Vince wants to go ahead and tap in a little bit of that, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him the floor. Go ahead,
take
sir.
the floor, man, because you say anything about cross-dressing, I'm just gonna be like, okay.
Oh, well, you know that I'm gonna say that, bro, because look, that was a staple in the original game, dude. I mean, like, look, I'm not into cross-dressing, but this is the only time in my lifetime where cross-dressing is actually hype. And I'm not talking about freaking Tyler Perry and Madea. We talking about cross-dressed Cloud. I can't believe I'm hype about that. But I saw the trailer, and the trailer was all kinds of juice. It just had the juice, man. And it wasn't just that either, because with how it seems like with video games nowadays, like it seems that people are a lot more conservative in terms of what they will allow to be put in a game. And so that was a little bit of a concern, but I felt like that wasn't a major concern, but at the same time, I felt like it still could be one with all the politics and everything that comes with video gaming nowadays. But it's confirmed. And not only that, there's all sorts of other things that you see in the trailer. A lot of people was asking where Nanaki is, and in other words, Nanaki or Red 13, basically the teenage lion, because everyone was like, on him too? Exactly, because nobody's seen anything on him, and they're like, where he at though? And he made an appearance. They finally showed some of the Shinra employees like Kujo, Scarlet looking smexy, Palmer, the fat boy, the fat old man talking about freaking butter, and then even Reeve. I mean, they showed so much in this trailer. And not only that, the thing that was really interesting about that trailer was the fact that there's going to be new content that's going to be put in the game. So I'm really curious about that, especially the appearance of this like character that nobody's seen before, this third-class soldier that got some kind of beef with Cloud. His name, I don't know how they pronounced it. I'm assuming it's more like Roche or I'm thinking it's more like Roche or maybe even Roshi. I don't think it's Roshi, like Master Roshi, but maybe more like Roche. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. And so he mentioned something about demanding a rematch with Cloud during the first Avalanche mission. So basically you're going to encounter him in the beginning of the game. Not only that, they showed off some summons like Leviathan and the Chocobo, and so it's very interesting. I'm just all in the hype. I mean, but what was so hilarious about that whole cross-dressing Cloud scene is there was actually some I don't know, some cat's dance number going on, and I just died laughing when I saw it. So are we gonna see some kind of Disney music dance number? I mean, like, yo, what's gonna happen? I don't know. I can't wait to see that.
I can feel the wet dreams pulsating from over your mic.
Oh god.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna throw a phrase out there. You cosplay Cloud. You don't cross play Cloud.
Getting the Hey, I feel it. The alliteration's getting to you a little bit. I feel
Man,
it.
you already know, I need a damn man. You know the
I already know the
You know.
vibes. Already know.
Yeah, I got chill vibes because I ain't gonna be dressing Cloud up like no woman, and I can sleep happy knowing that Venge will.
You can't avoid it. You can't avoid that.
I already know I ain't avoiding it. I'm subscribed to it, and I'll probably see it on one of these Thursdays.
Oh yeah, but I forgot to mention too, but I ain't doing thing when I play that segment, so you don't have to worry about that. But I also forgot to mention in the trailer they also showed a flashback of young Cloud and Tifa. That blew my mind. It looked so good. I'm like, yo.
Man, I can just see young Cloud creaming himself, holding the girl's hand.
Oh my lord!
I can see him sitting there just being all embarrassed. Oh, what happened?
Tifa
nothing.
was looking mighty fine on that too, bro.
Nothing. I'm just sweating.
It just spurt.
It's just sweat. Sweat. Goddamn steamed sausage right here, bro.
Steamed sausages.
I got steamed sausages, bro.
I don't know too much about Final Fantasy, but I did look at the trailer. It did look really nice. Like if I was really into Final Fantasy, I feel like that game would be a nice pickup for sure. It looked really nice for sure.
Instead of putting cross-dressing in there, because I already know, damn, man, for real, Venge, if you put Barrett in with a blonde wig on, I'm
no, I'm not gonna demasculate Barrett, man.
Man, yeah,
Barrett don't deserve that.
No, you're gonna be like, you got pretty hair. You got pretty hair. You like your pretty hair? Like,
oh my god,
you're a real tough guy with pretty hair.
Oh my gosh, I was just dying laughing though, bro. But for real though, I hope I would not cross-dress Cloud throughout the entire game.
Man, give him a long hairstyle, man, and make him comb it with his gun hand.
Oh my god, no! You know what? That would be. I would. No.
Comb through it, and then he sit there and start shooting, start blowing.
Oh my god! I might have to buy that if they
blonde wig. I hate this wig. It ain't pretty to me no more.
Maybe a limit break where he throw the wig in their face and just unload with all kinds of clips. Bruh.
Man, don't put a fro on him.
The afro. Oh my god.
You gonna sit there and just be like crazy with him, dude. I can see what you doing. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna take all damn Vincent's clothes off. He ain't gonna look like a girl no more. You're gonna make him look like a dude.
Oh, make him a man. I'm gonna make a man out of you.
Yeah, you're too goddamn emo to be in that casket. Get the fuck out of here. Go get that damn vacuum something. Go sweep a broom.
Oh my gosh. If they even go that far, I don't know how far they're going with this game, but just seeing that and all the content that they shoved in that trailer, it looks really good. So I'm super excited about that. I see you, Hazardous. I see you, dude. Yeah, I feel like it's only gonna be that one segment.
Yeah, it's probably
gonna
you're gonna be sitting there, damn, fucking with Corneo and shit. You're gonna be like, man, confirm, Cloud's a prostitute.
Oh no, please, not that.
Fucking whore.
Jesus.
What?
Lord have mercy.
I knew this segment wasn't gonna go so well. Oh my God.
But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out April 10th. For those who haven't been catching up on the delay for that, so that's gonna be not too much of a bad delay, but
don't worry, it'll be out early December.
Early December. I'm done.
Man, don't do this to me.
You say April? Oh, I meant December.
Don't do this. If you
It's gonna come out when the PS5 comes out. Oh Lord.
No, man. Yeah.
That would be the day. That would be the day. I had to flip all kinds of tables.
And then as soon as we get to September, 4 days before damn Cyberpunk comes out, and be like, oh, we got damn 2021, sometime in damn April. They're gonna hit you with the April.
Nah, they ain't gonna do them like that. If anything, probably be Cyberpunk 2077.
They're gonna wait till your tax money gets back. They know it's back.
Oh man.
Want your money. Money.
Yeah, I love that, man.
Lord have mercy. But
have mercy.
This man, I'm done with
Uncle
you.
Jesse, baby, come on, man. I'm like Uncle Jesse on the one. I'm like Uncle Jesse, Danny Tanner, and fucking you already know, fucking Joey.
Oh
Freaking
my
done.
Lord.
But
Yikes.
yeah. And going into our last topic tonight. Oh my gosh, it's freaking killing me just looking at this name. The name ImJayStation. If you don't know ImJayStation,
no.
he's been in a lot of controversy this week, mainly because, matter of fact, no, let me run it back a little bit. He's mainly known for, on YouTube, he's mainly known for his 3am challenges, a Ouija board, bull crap, whatever, all that stuff. He's done videos on people that pass, and then the day after or so he does videos on them, like Etika, Mac Miller, Extentacion, and he basically milks off their name, doesn't give a damn about what happened to him. He just basically uses their name to get views and money off of that, which is scummy. He's in the news this week because he tried to fake a death from his girlfriend, and basically doing he basically done a video, which was terrible acting. He done a video basically saying how his girlfriend died and all that, and trying to plug in their secondary channel. And he done another video basically saying, like, he was driving to this memorial site to where let me give context a little bit. He's basically said that his girlfriend died from a drunk driving accident. So, in the second video, he was basically trying to drive there with terrible acting again to the accident, and he basically left like a memorial with all these pictures and stuff on the side of the road, and these fake candles and all this stuff, and flowers and his teddy bear and all this stuff. It's just gross. And I think the third video was him basically saying how her parents basically tried to set him up for assault, and saying that he was getting arrested or had an arrest warrant by the Ottawa police. That was not true at all. So he basically came up with this whole scheme to basically get money off of, what he had going on, which is pretty scummy. It's bad enough. It's bad enough as it is to like use people's names, that died and all that stuff for clout and all this money and views. And it's even worse to do. It's even worse to like fake somebody's death like that, to even milk it too. It's all around just bad. It's all around just bad. That dude is. I just don't understand how he's still on one platform. I honestly do not understand. Like.
Yeah. I mean, and I know this is gonna be in its own like little video, but he is like the epitome of a social media fuckboy. All right, because strictly like we are strong on this channel about like morals and shit like that, morality, and general bullshit. All right, knowing what's right, wrong for fucking humanity. All right, when you're doing some stupid shit where you're trying to cash in on other people's fucking success or other people's shit, that makes you a social media fuckboy. And I'm just gonna point it out to you. I mean, if you're sitting here you've never watched Etika in your life and you don't know shit about him, and then you cash in on his death, being like, oh my god, my favorite YouTuber out of nowhere just died, and I'm like, what the hell? Oh my god, watch till the end. Like, are you kidding me?
I know, right?
And I'll even say this bullshit, because This pissed me off more than anything because I showed everyone in this group this shit because of what happened to Kobe Bryant. Literally the next day, this man isn't even fucking. This man's body isn't even fucking cold yet, my guy. And you got people on a Facebook fucking yard sale paper, you know, pages and shit, selling a Kobe Bryant card for $100. For, you know, like, are you kidding me? That type of shit. That's disrespectful as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, have respect for these people. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you trying to make money? Like, you clout chasing? Like, what are you doing? Like, or are you the type of motherfucker that if I see you, are you gonna sit there and shit yourself while I'm kicking you in the balls, or are you just gonna sit there and just give me all your money? Because I'm taking something from you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? If it's gotta be your bowel movements, I'll take that. That's even better. I don't want your money. I mean,
yeah.
for real, I'll take it. Shit, ain't nobody gonna sit here and deny that they wouldn't sit there and be like, oh yeah, there's an enemy in front of me. He just shit his pants. He just shit his pants because I made a statement. But it's like those type of people, all right, need to be fucking crucified on sight. Like, fucking fuck that guy. Like I won't even, like, I'm seeing all the fucking titles to every single one of those videos. All right, it's
Cringy.
like, no, it's not just cringy, but it's fucking like clickbaity, and it's like
Really clickbaity.
Yeah.
like you're sitting here doing what? Like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? You're making a career off of being fake as fuck?
Yeah.
Literally.
Pretty much.
Oh my
And
lord.
that's the thing that I can't stand about social media. Like, social media is like a double-edged sword. You know, a lot of people fail to realize that when it comes to social media, yes, there's a lot of cool things that you can do with it. You get to meet people that you more than likely would never meet in your life, or just, you know, interact with people with common interests. But one of the biggest problems with that is the simple fact that is it can be used to destroy in like 5 seconds. Like the usage of the wrong word, the wrong phrase, using social media to literally break somebody down, or like we're talking about, using social media to get money off of someone else's success. What really infuriates me about this, and you know, we talk about this a lot of times, and it kind of ties in with this, and you look at how, you know, a bunch of people would say, oh man, like Twitch is a dumpster fire, blah blah blah, they allow this and this. But once again, YouTube is no different. I mean, like, one thing that you got to realize when it comes to social media, you're dealing with millions of people on social media platforms. And is it going to be possible to just control every little thing? Is going to be a challenge. And when it comes to YouTube, I feel like it's even more of a challenge because of the fact that YouTube does not have real people trying to help put out these fires. They're using this dang monkey bot with the damn monkey wrench. Like, I mean, like, what do you think is going to happen? There's so many things that YouTube allowed. I remember when someone said Twitch was a dumpster fire, right? And that Twitch allows all these different things. But guess what? Last time I checked, on YouTube, there's people that's still posting nude mods of video games, and those mods are still up to this very day. What about that? Isn't that something that YouTube should be dealing with?
You would
But
think.
it's still up there. This content creator that CD is talking about, where this man has been doing this shit for years and is still doing it. I mean, you can't be biased and shut down a social media platform just because, you're not really into that platform. This is something that happens everywhere. And when it comes to social media, when it comes to content creators doing shady crap like this, something has to be done immediately, because if it's not, then what do you think is gonna happen, guys? You guys have the floor on that. We got so many examples we can pull. So many.
Just read. I'm gonna read you guys these titles for a second of his videos that he's done. One of his videos, R.I.P. Mac Miller's Spirit Box Challenge at 3 a.m. speaks about Ariana Grande. Next title, XXXTentacion on Ouija Board Challenge at 3 a.m. gone wrong. Third title, I'm sorry for what I did, R.I.P. Etika. He ended up changing the title because he got so much flack for it. And in the comments of that, he ended up saying 1 dislike equals 2 prayers for Etika. So honestly, he doesn't give a damn. He doesn't give a damn about nobody but himself and the money he's trying to make from this stuff. He honestly he has no morals at all whatsoever. He has no morals in the world. He does not give a shit about any of like people's well-being. He doesn't give a people about the dead. He doesn't give a damn about the families affected, people affected by this. He doesn't care. He's always trying to just chase a damn bag. And honestly, I just want him off the platform. Like, that's all I want. I just want him off the platform to where he's not doing all this thirsty shit for money. Cause this is absolutely ridiculous. I don't want anything worse to happen to him. Just get this man off the platform, please, so he can stop making money.
Yeah.
But he makes good content though.
Hey,
He makes amazing content though.
He's the type of kid that when I go up to him and I take his camera and smash it, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you should have just filmed that." He's the type of motherfucker to let me do that and then be like, "Oh my God, somebody smashed my camera and I couldn't film it, but here's what happened."
It's sad.
This sounds like a pee-pee boy. This is like a 12 on the pee-pee radar.
A micro PP boy at that.
Micro pee-pee, you got a little pee-pee. There's social media like this type of shit. It's like, you're right. We can use this shit for like good and evil and shit like that, but people forget, like literally forget, because I know for a fact he's not doing that shit in real life. Because if he's fucking conning somebody in real life, he's going to jail or he's getting his ass beat. Yeah. Or he ain't making videos because he's getting his ass beat on the daily.
You know what's funny too? After all the flack that he's gotten with this past incident that he done with his ex-girlfriend and all that, and all this attention he was getting, he tried to basically pin it on her, or basically saying like he either pin it on her or tried to basically scapegoat, saying, "Oh, I've had a terrible past in going to jail and all that." It's like, dude, nobody gives a damn.
What does that have to do with what you fucking did?
That man has a gaping hole of a vagina. Okay.
Like, nobody gives a damn.
He don't.
How aren't you taking responsibility, you fuck boy?
He's not.
Wow. How are you
kidding me? This is like seriously. These are the type of people that I wish I could just meet in real life and just ask them the questions on why are you this type of person.
Literally, I don't even want to fight with him. I just really want to ask him why.
No, on the real, if it comes to, I will. Because I'll grab that, like, on the real, like, if I'm asking somebody straight up, what the fucking, yeah, some real shit, like, you're gonna walk away from me? Nah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're gonna stay right here, and if you want to sit here and act, and you know what I'm saying, and act froggy and shit, like, you don't want to talk about it, I guess we're gonna see what them hands do, though, bro. Like, real shit. Guys. Like, if you ain't speaking the logic, you ain't telling me what I want to hear, then you catching some Z's, my guy.
Summoning my dead girlfriend at 3 a.m. challenge actually worked. My dead girlfriend keeps texting me at 3 a.m. I text her back. Fucking scumbag, dude. He's a nutcase. He's a nutcase.
I mean, like, what the hell, man?
He's
like,
a nutcase,
why?
dude.
It's like no respect for the dead either. And then she's not even dead. And you don't try to pin it on her?
Yeah, and honestly, he basically tried to pin on her, basically saying that how she went with it, and
But she didn't produce the video.
Exactly,
though.
and there's no telling how controlling the guy is. He probably put her in a corner and made her go with it. You don't know that. We don't know that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you don't get put on her. This is your channel, your actions, and how you have shit set up. This is all on you, buddy.
Yep. Once you press that upload button and you don't press cancel, it's all you. It's all you, man.
And all of his content is basically, no wonder he's like doing so. Even though like some of his shit is actually fucked up, his like the dislike ratio is scary because the likes are really outweighing the likes and the views are like
You are so lucky.
Wait,
And it's
repeat that. Hold up.
but for the most part, his videos, stuff like this and other videos out there, except like the really most controversial ones, they have a good like the usual like the dislike ratio. There's some out there that's like more dislikes to likes, but most of them are banging with a lot of views and a lot of likes. Probably because the content that he does and how the videos are structured are targeting towards the kids, which is not a good look.
But that's fucking.
No shit. If he's targeting towards kids, he ain't gonna get paid any damn way.
Well, with the whole copper thing.
Yeah.
You would think that Copper would eliminate something like this, especially him.
What it did?
I'm just saying
Not
he'll
yet.
get paid for the views, but he ain't getting paid for the ad revenue. He wants to make it for kids, so he wants to screw himself right there. Go ahead, GG.
I'm not sure exactly if he's like targeting towards kids as far as like the button and whatever. I don't know how that goes.
He looks
but
like a target for kids. He looks like a fucking stranger danger.
He is a damn stranger. He is a
but
stranger.
you can just tell like the usual adult or teenager is not gonna sit down and watch this mindless bullcrap. So he's targeting kids out here with his content. You can tell. If you
YouTube, fix your shit.
If you just look at like the first couple minutes in a video or whatnot, only the first minute, because I don't even want nobody to even try to boggle their mind down with the first couple minutes of his videos. It's that bad. But you can just tell like this is targeting towards kids, because I know damn well I'm not gonna be sitting there and watching his videos. No.
What do you do? Like some yowie, wow, 10 seconds and then boom. I mean, like, how the fuck you?
It's not really like that. Not really that energetic, but the shit's repetitive. It's repetitive in each video, and it dude says guys a lot, and it's oh my god, I don't know.
Guys.
Literally.
You coming to you live.
and his acting's terrible. Like, oh,
Man, that's a fuck boy right there.
Like, YouTube and all these other platforms is a good way to, you know, express your creativity as far as an entertainment purpose. But it gets stuff like this, it's terrible. You shouldn't.
No,
you should not be doing this at all.
Like,
soulless, yeah.
And I know there's a lot of people that feel this way about it. All right. And yeah, I'm not gonna be one shy to say it, but on the real, there's a lot of fucking fake motherfuckers out here. Okay. And I'm not one to be to say anybody's name, but on the real, like a lot of people let me down with their intentions in life, and it kind of just it throws a damper on it because I feel like me coming to any platform, being original or being myself or being whatever and being who I am is all I could be. And why the fuck am I seeing some fake shit from a lot of other motherfuckers? Like real talk, people that like, and I'll straight up say it, like people that I met when I was in fucking Texas, they didn't act like they like that on stream compared to, you know what I'm saying, in real life.
Yeah.
They were either too shy or too socially awkward, but when they're on in front of a camera, it's like, oh yeah, let me suck all your fucking dicks for your wallet, you know, like. But when I meet you face to face, you got to be shy as fuck. It makes no sense. I'm just saying, like it's like people just throw up these facades like of who they think they are, and everybody that we've talked about roasted this and that. I'll straight up say it. If they want to fight me, come fight me. I don't care. We can box, we can MMA, we can do whatever.
Man, everybody pull a Conor McGregor.
I'm just saying, everybody that I've talked about, I have even the guy that I don't even know who the fuck this little pee-pee fap is. I don't even care who he is. You know? I mean, I'd fight him just off general principle because, like, you just look like a shitty person doing some sideways shitty shit. and I don't like shit like that.
Yeah.
That's probably why I ain't got no friends in real life, because I think everybody around me is just fake and phony. You know, I only got one friend, and everyone knows this. I only got one friend in real life, like that even comes around, even fucks with me. He lives an hour away. That just shows you that, hey, I don't even fuck with shit. I mean, I don't even fuck with myself sometimes.
Yeah. And real talk though, interesting how you brought that up, Fez, about the whole thing about, okay, you do this whole, you put yourself out there on camera, but then when you meet them and, you know, face to face, you know, it turned out that it was all an act, you know. You know, it's, I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, like, is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? Well, of course, I kind of find it to be less of a good thing, because it's almost like this kind of like fake it to make it kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then for me, it kind of makes it less authentic too, because it's like, oh wow, you know, this person must be full energy, so it's gonna be hype as hell when I go out here to meet them. And then imagine, all right, you being like hype as heck on the live stream, right? And then the person meets you in real life, and they went all the way across the world just to see you, and then they get hyped to see you, and you're like, hey, and you know, you keep walking. How you think they're gonna feel?
Yeah, because like on the real, I think that's like, I guess from my own personal experience with Albert, you know, him coming here, I guess like meeting him, and he seen that I was the same person. Like he knew that I wasn't sitting here throwing on no facade or whatever, and I still talk to him to this fucking day, which I think is great. It's just real recognizes real, and you know, like no matter how far the friendship is, I mean, real recognizes that shit. So, like, honestly, if I met anybody that was a streamer, okay, like I can honestly say that my friend, like my close friends, like even Fly, you know what I mean? He's the same person he is on camera, off camera, same damn way, you know? And I think that's like the part of it that people really just forget, is that if you can be yourself on a camera in front of nobody, okay, because I'm sitting in a room by my fucking self, okay, looking at it, looks like I'm talking to myself. If you actually put a camera on me, it looks like I'm talking to myself, you know?
Legit.
So if I'm showing this much enthusiasm in my voice, and I'm talking like this, and I'm doing whatever I'm doing, what makes you think it's gonna be any fucking different when you meet me? If anything, it livens the shit up, because hey, I got somebody to feed off my energy and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how you flow and shit. But there's a lot of people that just put all their energy on camera and could care less about that face up, you know what I mean, that face up altercation. Like,
Right.
I mean, I even said it. I'll straight up say it. Even like a goal for this Roast House podcast, I actually want to be able to get all 5 of us together at one point in time, so we can actually do like a real podcast. You know, I would love to actually fucking do that. You feel me? At least one time. One time, all right? Because I think that would be like straight up fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Squad goals.
Sometimes you gotta have those squad goals. Now that's different than numbers. Don't get it twisted, people. Like that's a whole nother topic, though.
Well, I'm saying, but me ideally, if I ever arrange that type of deal where we all met, it probably the podcast would probably be the last thing that we would even do. Everything else would be fucking on the agenda instead of the podcast, because, like, do you know how much fucking lost time we technically have, even though we speak over a microphone to each other? You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where we're gonna be sitting there trying to like literally understand each other, and I think that's like the part of the I guess social media people really just don't pay attention to, is that like, yeah, there's more behind what we do out here, you know?
Yeah. Basically, there's more to life than just what you do on, you know, on camera. You know, there's more. There's more. Everyone has their own.
Right.
Hazard, yo.
Oh, I was like, why are you laughing like that? I was like, hold up, what's going on?
Sitting there broadcasting booth, and Don be wearing a Yoshi mascot suit.
Oh yeah, he would cover himself up real tall.
Yo,
He'd be like, man, the air, it's too much. Put the mask on.
Yo, for times like these when they're out, we need to get like little like icons of them sleeping.
Yo.
Put it on the layout.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Them going night night. They got night night. I'm on titty. I don't go night night.
But yeah,
Oh,
get
God.
Jaystation off the platform and I'll be happy. That's all I ask. That's all I
Yeah,
ask.
Jaystation. I mean, like honestly, you may be just a tiny bit better of a person than Nappy, but you are still a piece of shit.
Oh
And
my god.
I'm gonna
The
say
Naps
that.
has been brought back.
The only thing that he's got over on Nappy is the fact that he isn't a pedophile yet. All right, and
You should have
I'm just saying, until that leaks or comes out, we can only go off of what we know that is the facts. All right, so yeah, Jaystation, I hope you burn, my guy. And I hope your GPU fucking burns first, and then the CPU,
Oh, GPU.
and then the CPU.
And then the CPU.
Yeah.
Lord have
Yeah,
mercy.
rip your whole setup. I hope you hit 95% on your and get blue fucking screen.
Oh, he said blue screen.
Not the blue screen
The
of
blue
death.
screen. Yeah, the blue screen of death, suffering from blue balls.
Yeah, because I won't have a problem. Because I mean, I have good stuff going on here, you know. ain't nothing bad gonna happen to me. I'm just hoping, for a bad time for Jaystation. But if anybody sits here and
More
promotes or
like
supports,
Station. Oh,
I'm just saying, if anybody promotes or supports Jaystation based off of his content being good, all right, you're a fucking idiot. You need to get your eyes checked, and to tell you the truth, you need to walk around with fucking telescopes in your attached to your fucking face.
Well,
all
good.
right?
Well, good thing is, good thing is, I've seen nobody, and I mean nobody, support this man. So that's a one up. We just need him off the platform at this point, because I don't think anybody cares, honestly, if he's gone. So
Yeah.
we just need that.
Yeah, the people
but
that
YouTube
think.
like them YouTube money though, so like let's
just
try
saying,
to,
the
let's
people-
try to keep it going as long as possible.
Yeah, I'm just saying, the people that think Jaystation is good are the same people that think Cats the movie, the new one, is a master fucking piece.
Oh God, I think I heard that was trash. Yeah.
I saw 1 second of that.
Did you
I'm
see
like,
Taylor Swift? You see how chunky she is as a cat?
oh my God. Who would watch that garbage?
No, I saw.
Hey, hold up. Hey, hold up. Is that who I think it is? It just popped up last minute.
Yo, he coming in the flash.
This man about to
This
pull, man,
popped
pulled up.
off.
Oh shit, we got a Roast House exclusive. Oh shit, he came in the flash. Oh fuck.
This man Flash pulled up in the Brinks truck last minute.
Dang, last minute.
And he
Last
robbing his own
minute.
shit. He robbing.
I unfortunately missed this episode, but I just want to say what's up.
That was good.
It's all good though. It's all
Rabbit
good.
ass.
wanted to show my support on the episode somewhere.
Right. Hey, better late than never.
Like the Flash
Better late than never. Shit.
with a flash.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this-
Kunai boy.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you're early. You're early on your time.
But yeah, does anybody have anything else for
Jaystation before we go ahead and close this baby out.
Yo, Flash, say something
Yeah,
fucking
please
mean
support.
towards this guy. He's like okay. Long story short, he is like a piece of shit like Nappy, but he's not a pedophile.
He's exploiting people's deaths basically for money on YouTube, money and
What the
views.
Fuck?
Yeah,
Yo,
he's done it with Etika. He's done it with Mac Miller. He's done it
What the
with
fuck?
XXXTentacion. And recently
Roast
and recently he tried to fake his girlfriend's death to exploit that shit for his second channel.
Roast.
This sounds like a top 10 definition of sack of shit.
Literally, it
But
is.
why this dude says shit?
Top 10 definition, like point blank period, fucking sack of shit.
Shit.
What kind of? Okay, look, look. Here's what I do. I roast the fuck out of people, and I'll come on here and I'll be like, look, you're fucking stupid. But I always try to get the benefit of the doubt. Okay, as shitty as it sounds that he's making videos on these people's desks, like you can at least say, well, it makes him money, so you can kind of see his angle on it, even if you don't agree with it. But then when you see faking girlfriend's death, that just tells you that you're just fucking trash, kid. What the fuck is this, dude? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna rant because I know I'm late and I shouldn't say anything, but like, what the fuck? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's a piece of what, Flash?
He's a piece of shit.
Vienna sausage.
All right, carry on.
But yeah, does anybody have any last remarks? Nobody. I think we all said we had to say with this man. He needs to get ethered. Like,
Dang, the
I
ether.
already said, fucking hopefully, man.
Get lime, boy.
Spontaneous combustion. I pray.
Oh, dang, spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, man.
Man,
hope
I
he,
can't even
from the
say it.
inside. Hope when he.
Oh
farts,
man,
it
Mortal
just
Kombat
eats
fatal.
his ass.
Dude. Did you say he eats his own ass?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying he could he's gonna set on fire and gonna burn his ass up from the inside out.
From the inside out. Yeah, that's a Mortal Kombat.
no boy. But yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and close it out from here.
Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 8 of Roast House Podcast. We're a little bit short staff tonight, but the trio held it down. Which was really lit.
Keep it alive.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty good topics tonight too. Pretty good topics. Kind of different too with the sports. We're not, haven't really done much of that at first, but it was really good. It was really good reception and all that stuff and good conversation. So it was really good. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And
Yeah, boy.
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close it out here. Anybody has any last remarks before we close it out?
Yes, I do.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm gonna say shout outs to Dino. You're hanging and chilling. All right, and also your favorite song is "Yummy" by Justin Bieber, and we know you got it on.
Yummy.
We know you got it. Yeah, that yummy, yummy. Straight for you, it's yummy.
Oh hell no.
No.
Since nobody else is going to say it, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Make sure you guys follow the Twitch. Make sure you guys follow us over on our Twitter as well. Link down below. You can check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iTunes. And that's lit. We also have a Discord and a YouTube channel. You can check those out below as well. And all of our social medias because it's lit.
Thank you, sir. I totally forgot about that. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, Flash is good at that.
Yeah, man. You
Glad
should
he popped in for that.
Yeah, it's like you should like skip out on the whole fucking thing and then just come in at the end and be like, "All right, guys."
Yeah, there we go.
I
He
had
has to be
something
the
to
end man. He has to end it every time.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 8, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace and God bless.